Good afternoon, and welcome to More Than Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today, we will be talking about the, um, well, I forgot the company name. The Ghostbusters 4-inch tall collection that came out in 2020. Um, and 2021. This was purchased for me by a viewer who wanted me to do a review on the Ghostbusters stuff because they heard they were kind of bad and they wanted me to have a kind of a bad review. And well, I already covered the Buzzsaw, and that seemed to get a lot of hype with bad reviews, so I figured I might as well throw in this other crappy POS toy. So let's talk about it, all right? And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, please do all the things everyone else asks you to do. I would much appreciate it. And if you could annoy Netflix and Hulu about giving us more audio description in the English format, because I would love to watch that new Cyberpunk show, but I can't because it only has Japanese audio description. Why? Why can't they give us multiple audio descriptions? They give us multiple languages. They hire multiple voice actors to dub over all of those different characters in that to give you multiple different languages. But they can't spend the money to give you one person describing something in English that's occurring. I mean, come on. There's Pete Gustin out there. He does stuff. Get him to do it. I bet you he'd love to describe something that's audio description for the blind. That'd be kind of neat. Anyway, yeah, he does voice acting. I like to get into voice acting. I need to figure out how. I should work on that in the next couple of weeks because, yeah, no, I enjoy it. So, you took out my halo light? Why? Why would you kill my halo light? All right, you know what? We're going to finish this video, and then I'm going to go deal with that. So let's talk about what's wrong with Winston here. Winston is, well, he's crap, okay? He's a figure I would expect from the late 80s, from the early 90s. Exactly that type of figure, okay? We're going to go into him. He came with his proton pack and a little bitty ghost guy that you would hit the top of and he like unfolds. He's kind of neat. I promptly lost him. I put him somewhere and I don't remember where he went. But he was definitely the best part of the entire piece that this guy is. So let's talk articulation. He's got shoulders, can move, kinda. They definitely almost pull a 360. And then he's got hips that move up and down. They don't even go backwards. They just move up so that he can sit. He has no knees, no feet. His head can look left and look right. His head is not on a ball joint. And that's it. This is the least articulated figure that I own. What the hell? This doesn't belong in the 2020s. No. This belongs in the 1980s and the 1990s. This is a POS, okay? This is Winston. He's my favorite character from Ghostbusters. Because Winston was that guy that was just the normal person. Everyone else was scientists, crazy scientists. They were all mad for some reason or another. He's just the normal guy. He just was wanting a 9-to-5 job so that he could pay his rent. He just had normal problems. And, well, it was cool to have him in the show. I absolutely love the fact that the Ghostbusters Winston was there. Winston was he was great. He was the human character in all of that nonsense that was occurring. And I absolutely love the guy. But I don't love this action figure of him. I don't love this action figure at all. Even though Winston's my favorite character, I wish I had a 1/6 scale Winston figure that was fully articulated with a nice proton pack. That would be cool. But do we get that? No, we get this piece of crap. And don't even get me started on the car, on the Ghostbusters vehicle it came with. The Ghostbusters vehicle was terrible. It was terrible. I saw it in the at Target when it was available. And, and it was made in such a way I could open it up a little bit and feel around in there with my fingers. And I was like, this is a piece of crap. This is the worst vehicle I've ever seen created for one, 3 3/4 inch scale like this guy is. Even though I say he's 4-inch, he's really kind of 3 3/4. Anyway, it was a crappy car that was designed to work with the figures that have no articulation. So it was all designed so these guys could just sit like that. And it's just, why not knees? Why didn't you give us knees? You came out with a car with this entire series based around the Ghostbusters, but you didn't give us any GD knees. No GD knees at all? It's terrible. I hate it. And let's talk about the proton pack. So I got the proton pack, and I was like, well, at least I got a proton pack. I can put the proton pack on the back of my G.I. Joes, because I have some 3 3/4 inch scale G.I. Joes, and this proton pack fits them. Neat. No, it doesn't fit them, though, because for some GD reason, these people put a big old rectangular hole in Winston's back. Not one of the tiny little peg holes that we're used to. No, no, no. No, 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 no. We can't have normal things. We can't have things that have been standardized over, 20 plus years of them doing these action figures. Since 40 plus years, honestly. Since the 1980s, they've been doing this stuff. And you would think they would learn some lessons. But this big square hole in his back is not a lesson to be learned. It's a piece of it's a piece of crap. It's terrible. And since he's got this big square thing, the proton pack has this big square thing. You know what this means for the proton pack? I can't put it on the back of Duke and have Duke running around with a proton pack. He's missing an arm, but he could still hold the proton pack in the other arm. Why don't I have one of those? Why is it that this proton pack can't fit with any of my 3 3/4 inch scale action figures? That's a piece. This is just terrible. This entire line is terrible, and I understand why nobody talks about it. Because nobody talks about it, they want to ignore it. And the more I play with this figure, and the more I think about it, the more I realize that this entire line's purpose, the entire purpose of this line, was so that the company that developed the line could still hold the rights to Ghostbusters. That's it. That's it. They didn't want to lose the rights to Ghostbusters, so they just created these quick, off-the-line, crappy toys and said, look, we made Ghostbusters product, so we still have Ghostbusters for the future. And think about that. All right, in order to make money off of Ghostbusters product in the future, these people created crappy toys, which means that they used plastic, they used, tools, they used fuel, they used a lot of stuff that harms the environment to create something that was whole job is to be a placeholder on the shelf and not to be purchased. This is why our environment's going downhill. Is because of things like this. Like, just why does this even exist? This shouldn't exist. They should have just spent some more time on it and given us something that was amazing. Something that we'd want to collect. And not something that we'd want to throw across the room. Thank you for watching More Than Meets the Eye. I've got to go pick up my halo light and find wherever I threw Winston. Until next time, bye-bye for now.